Hello and welcome to the Nintendo Pipeline Podcast. I'm your host, One Up Muffin, but you can call me Jared. And with me today is returning favorite.
Hello, I am Raccoon. Sonic.
Okay, and a brand new guest to the podcast. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Bob Saget, America's dad. I'm not the original Bob Saget.
A different
God
one.
bless his soul.
Just
A different Bob
just happens to
Saget,
have the same name, but fully a coincidence. Today we were going to be talking about Sonic. Why are we talking about Sonic? Because I asked Raccoon to be on a podcast, and he said, I'm only going to be on it if it's about Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's true.
And Bob Saget has to be on it, or else.
That's how it went, yeah.
And I love Sonic.
So there's some Sonic
And
news.
there's also a new...
Yeah,
Yes.
Bob Saget. Introduce us to that
Yeah, okay.
new Sonic news.
Sonic Origins. The origins of Sonic. That's not a subtitle or anything. I just think it's, funny. A funny title.
Yeah. Little goof to start the podcast. We like to have fun
a little
here.
bit goofy. Yeah. 5 whole Sonic... They're saying 4, but it's 5.
Is it?
3 and Knuckles.
That's one
are
game.
Separate games in my
No,
eyes.
Same game.
Well, they're separate releases, separate cartridges,
Were they
and they were
separate in
separate on the
game?
Xbox 360.
Yeah, but then if you plug them into each other.
Can you play it separately in Origins?
That is a great question.
Because I thought in
be
Origins
determined.
they are homogenized.
I think they're together because
fully
I'm
incorporated.
seeing in my
it
mind.
seems-
I see the menu of Origins
Mhm.
without the animations, of course, because I didn't pay for those. But I'm seeing only 4 options in my mind.
Yeah. It's one... there was a menu leaked, or not leaked, but
Yeah,
shown. There
with
was
the missions.
1 CD, 2, 3 and Knuckles, missions, and adventure. Yeah, it's treating them
Interesting.
as...
There are probably
Wait, Sonic
a lot
Adventures
of
in this game?
options. Yes, the true origins of cool Sonic. But yeah, it's very interesting what they're going to do about 3 and what they haven't said about 3 yet, because Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles are separate games still because of certain things like playing as Knuckles. Knuckles has an intro cutscene that starts at Mushroom Hill at the beginning of Sonic and Knuckles. If you start playing it as Knuckles at the beginning of Sonic 3, it's just like nothing. He doesn't have any cool, unique story beats or transitions or anything in Sonic 3 because it's essentially non-canon. You weren't really supposed to play as Knuckles in Sonic 3 because that is a Sonic and Knuckles feature. So if it was the entire game, just Sonic 3 straight through Sonic and Knuckles is, of course, a playable character, if that specific cutscene and like what the story is like for Knuckles, because they sure are ham-fisting this game having like lore and story as part of it. So I have no idea. We'll just have to wait and see what happens to Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
But yeah, so it's... Oh, so that is... Wait. So it's 1, 2, 3, Knuckles. Is CD in there?
Yes,
CD
CD's also in
Oh, that's
that.
unfortunate.
And it is in between 1 and 2.
Oh, okay. I don't know much about the Sonic timeline, but I'm going to assume that's accurate.
Yuji Naka came to America and made the good Sonic.
Yes.
Are you calling Sonic CD the good Sonic?
No, Sonic 2.
Oh,
Sonic
okay.
2.
Woof. I
CD
don't-
was made in
I
Japan.
don't like CD.
Sonic CD
I
is
like
a
CD.
sequel to Sonic 1, and Sonic 2 is the start of actual good Sonic.
Yes.
I think later versions of Sonic CD might have fixed some of the issues I have with it, where it just feels really stiff. But I feel like they changed like the spin dash and like later versions of it. But yeah, I just found it was too
Yeah, the
messy.
Whitehead version of it does control noticeably different than the original release, and it is quite a fun game. People
Yeah.
always like to
I'll give it a
joke about the level design being just insane. It is like, it's not level design,
Just
but
level
it really
vomit.
does accommodate for how Sonic controls, and so does the time traveling mechanic. It really forces you to look for areas where you can pick up a whole lot of speed, and like good classic Sonic, it takes effort and momentum to get that speed. It's a neat game, but it doesn't hold up as well as the rest of the Sonic games.
My favorite Sonic besides Mania is Knuckles. I think even counting them as the same game, I think the Knuckles levels are just a lot better overall, and I have better memories with that title.
I love 3 Knuckles. I think I like the stages in 3 more though. I don't know. Angel Island is just so cool, and
I love Mushroom Hill. I think Mushroom Hill is better than Green Hill.
Mushroom Hill is great. The transition between seasons.
Yeah. But yeah, like I think that level and like the Angel Island are probably like the 2 best levels, to be honest. Like I love the fire thing too.
Thematically, the way they transition between acts is so cool.
It's very cinematic.
Carnival Night is also. It has a very sheer difference between the 2 acts, turning on the power or turning off the power. Turning on the power? I don't know. My memory fails me.
Yeah. So there's the desert stage. I remember that.
Yes. That one's quite notorious for
crush
death. It has a
deaths.
silly boss fight that's really slow. And if you recall the gimmick in Act 2 of Oil Ocean in Mania originates from Act 2 of Sandopolis in 3 Knuckles, which is where you have to grab those like drop bar, pull bar thingies to stop your screen from like dying. But in 3 Knuckles, it's ghosts, and you have to turn the lights back on.
Pull bars. That
and
was
it is a very annoying mechanic. Some people think.
Yeah, I remember my biggest complaint about old Sonics is like crush deaths. Like that's a basic complaint, but it's very annoying, and I think that'll be alleviated a little bit by the widescreen. But how much, I don't know.
It'll be alleviated by not having lives.
Oh, is there no lives anymore?
That too.
You can toggle it.
Oh, I would definitely turn lives off right away. I played the whole game on PSP, so I just save state every like few seconds.
Yeah, there is no lives in the new widescreen versions, and it almost seems they haven't really shown much yet, but it seems to me like they have locked lives to 4-3. You can't.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Can we discuss for a second like how? Oh, go on. Finish your thought.
Well, in the Whitehead versions, like on mobile of 2 and 1 and CD, there were lives and they were widescreen with all these new features, but it doesn't seem like that's possible to play them in widescreen with lives, to my knowledge, so far.
So is that like maybe that's in the hard mode DLC? Because there was a hard mode DLC you get for pre-ordering the game.
Oh God!
So maybe they lock it to that. I think we need to discuss that for a second.
I'm gonna drop the chart.
Yeah, they released
the Ubisoft type chart.
Yeah, it is a Ubisoft pre-order chart for a Sonic
Monkey Ball
ROM collection.
And Monkey Ball and Sonic Colors had a chart just like these as well, and they didn't get nearly as much flack. But when it's these beloved childhood
there
games,
was some
and
flack
it's just
for
ROMs.
the Monkey Ball one. I do remember.
Yeah, I remember people being mad about Monkey Ball.
But it's just so silly because someone actually made a different like pack, or a different chart thing that was so much simpler and made so much more sense. And the one that Sega made was just so confusing. There's 5 options. It says there's like 5 parts of the chart,
and it's exactly you either pay $40 or $45.
Yeah, there's only 2 options. So why is there standard edition, start dash pack, premium fun pack, classic music pack, and digital deluxe edition? There's only 2 things you can buy on there.
It's to make it look more complicated, so people spend $45 instead of $40.
It's all about the difference. $5 extra dollar.
Yeah, it's so negligible.
It's very strange how consistently they've done the exact same thing with this, with these re-releases of late.
How much is the base version?
40
and then 45. But I'm pretty sure
that's a lot.
Don't quote me on, but I'm pretty sure the colors ones were 40 to 50, and same with Monkey Ball. Um, I'm a Sega shill. I bought all of them.
Like I know these are upgraded versions, but like $40, you'd expect like more classic games.
Yeah, it feels like Spinball and 3D Blast are missing. You know, they
Yeah, you could
could
have
easily
the
be
Game
bonus
Gear
content.
games. Those have been in old collections. I think of like the Sonic Gems collection as like a people love
Yeah,
that one.
when you look at the Gems
Mhm.
collection, or when you look at the Game Gear titles in Adventure, or when you look at any of like
Yeah,
Genesis, Mega Drive things they've done, it does seem lacking. But these are total like enhancements.
these are better
I
versions that will
I
bring
hate to
in.
say it,
Mhm.
but
Go on.
like it's almost quality over quantity.
I do
And
get
not because
that.
those other
Yeah.
games are worse, but because these are
They
all
are worse.
Whitehead
No.
games.
Those games are
Okay, I
bad
guess
compared
that's
to these.
true.
These games are
But
like
like what I'm getting at is that these are
prolific.
all enhanced
Yeah.
and tied together with
Yeah.
a fucking story mode.
They bring these Sonic games more in line with Mania, which I honestly think is the best 2D Sonic, just
Yeah.
because you can see things, and it's just
Yeah.
it feels more modern, even though it's like classic. If that makes
Yeah, it
sense.
is the first time that the Whitehead versions have been brought to any console, and um,
And that's
certainly more
exciting.
expensive than they were
Yeah.
on mobile, but they have mission mode and mirror
Oh,
mode.
mission
And
mode looks cool.
cutscenes.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
I'm
the
excited for that.
cutscenes.
I love things that spice up classic gameplay like
Mhm.
that. I'm a big fan of like Nintendo NES Remix and
Oh
um
my gosh, NES remix.
Yeah, it'll come back.
Throwback.
I believe NES Remix will come back.
But with the base edition, it feels like they just removed thingies that should
Oh
be
yeah,
in.
yeah.
You know,
Tell us what you don't get in the base edition.
well, they have a few cool borders for if you're playing in 4-3, and it's just black if you don't pay the extra $5. And there's some neat 3D models of the old school Sonic Islands, and I'm pretty sure the only difference is you can spin the camera around, and they toss in a few tiny little character models onto the islands.
Yeah,
Um,
they were you can't rotate the island if you don't pay for the premium
exactly.
version. It's
Can
like
you
they were
imagine
just
if
like
Smash Ultimate charged for trophies?
or no, like imagine if do you know in like Melee if you like move the C stick around,
Hmm.
like the menu like goes like all funky and like turns.
Yes. Perspective,
That's
yeah.
$5
That's
DLC.
such a good comparison. They know that Sonic fans love the menus though. Like
Yeah.
I was even telling Raccoon the other day how Sega games are very arcadey, and arcade games have that nature of they always want their screen blasting the game or something cool at least.
Mhm.
Sonic games always have very like in-depth um, sound test screens. So does Kirby,
Mm.
which I adore that. Um, but yeah, and cool title screen animations and all that jazz. Rotatable islands. It's just for an enticing like background static screen. They just want it on your TV, and because Sonic fans want that.
Mhm.
At
You,
least I do.
you
Coming from like
Yes.
Gems collection, and I don't know, I really like putting the Sonic R just demo gameplay thingy on loop because that game has beautiful music and nice graphics. Um nice graphics to me.
oh, yeah, it looks cool. There's also additional like sound test music that you get
Yes.
in the digital deluxe one as well.
From 3D Blast and Chaotix, they said. The sound, the optional music stuff makes me really curious about what they're doing with the Three Knuckles soundtrack
Hmm.
in regards to if it's the original slash PC soundtrack or if it's the Genesis Michael Jackson soundtrack. Or if there's going to be an option like there was in the Whitehead Sonic CD version that
Yeah.
had a slider between American and Japanese soundtracks. And everyone knows the whole Michael Jackson story by now. Everyone knows that Sonic 3 has two different soundtracks, and they're very easily accessible still. Um, not easily, but they're accessible. So, yeah, who knows which one it's going to be, if it's going to be both. I would love to have both, but if the original Michael Jackson soundtrack isn't there,
It would be
pretty
unfortunate
bummed
because that's obviously so much of the nostalgia of that. It's like 3
Yeah.
especially is that great soundtrack, especially
Like
the
Ice Cap
casino
Zone.
level.
Oh yeah, Casinopolis. It would be not Casinopolis, Casino Night.
Yeah.
It would be something if it was only the PC/beta soundtrack. Still more details to be revealed, and it's been a year since they teased this
Yeah,
collection.
at least it seems like there is like a lot in the collection besides the games. There's probably some good museum stuff too, I think.
Oh yeah, art and whatnot. Sonic games are always great about that.
Yeah, I always like that kind of stuff. The only Sonic collections I owned, I didn't have the GameCube ones that people loved. I had the Sonic and Knuckles collection on PC. That was
With
probably
Garfield?
what?
Sonic and Garfield pack?
Sonic and Knuckles. Did I say Garfield?
No.
Oh.
There's an elusive
Did I say
Sonic and Garfield duo pack, though.
Oh wow, no, I did not have that. I had that, and I had Sega Smash Pack for the computer, and those were some of my first times playing Sonic. Besides going to like my second cousin's house, who had like all those old systems. But so
Yeah, I grew up with the Mega Collection and Gems Collection, and I also had a SNES when I was very young, so
they don't have Sonic on that though.
yeah, I was way back. Good old Sonic on the Super Nintendo. But yeah, I was always very akin to like 16-bit and just older games in general. So yeah, I just adore Sonic games.
Yeah.
And this pack seems like it's doing the old school Sonic games such justice.
Yeah.
That like hasn't been done yet. Most ports of Sonic games are very bad, and these seem very, very, very good, and like way more content than you would ever even want for ports.
Are you
But
upset that
it's $45.
Are you upset that Sonic 4 isn't in here?
Ooh, Sonic 4. I can't say that I'm upset. No.
Sonic 4?
Sonic 4.
They
it
made a fourth
exists.
Sonic.
Is that the iPhone one?
Mm,
That iPhone thing?
It was originally designed for iPhone, but then
Yeah.
it was released on WiiWare and
Oh.
Xbox Live
Yeah.
first.
Huh.
I think
I
I
imagine
have
it
it on
isn't any good.
Xbox.
I had it on Wii when it came out, and I was like, wow, Sonic 4. And I, as a young one, I knew that this was,
I think people like
Something
Part
evil.
2 a little bit more, but no, people don't really like it very much.
yeah, Part 2 does like some unique gimmicks. You have like wacky team up attacks with Tails, where you get like a super big spin dash. It's just like little tiny things. But no, they're both bad. They're both bad games.
Oh, do you know what I would love in this is the 3D map from what is it, Sonic Jam? The
Yes, the
Saturn
Hub
one.
World.
Yeah. They should I would pay for the Hub World DLC.
I would have loved that. It's because that's something that has never been ported, and
No.
that's Sonic's first like real instance of being playable in 3D.
Yeah.
Sonic was playable in Christmas Nights, the demo disc, as a little side bonus game, but it was more of just a reskin of the actual playable characters' moveset. But yeah, everyone talks about how great Sonic Jam. I haven't played it myself because I'm waiting till I actually purchase it for my Saturn.
How much is it? Is it like other Saturn games
Oh,
where
a
it's like
real
$200?
No, I think you can usually find a normal North American copy for under 100 if you're lucky.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen it go for over 100 most
Saturn
of the
games
time.
are too expensive. I have like 5.
Oh, they sure are. I have a few, not many good ones, but but yeah, the Sonic Jam Hub seems great, and Sonic Jam was a pack of Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles. No CD in it, but it would be fitting in Sonic Origins. Yeah.
And is the team who worked on like Sonic Mania, are they working on anything with Sega again, or?
They actually announced a while ago that they're working on an original game
Oh, that's cool.
It's some other 2D platformer with pixel graphics. I don't really know much about it, but it is not Sonic, and it is the Mania people.
Okay, I like that they're doing stuff still because like they disappeared for like a
Mm-hmm.
while. That was 2017.
Yeah.
The same year as like the Switch started. Like that was
Same
wow,
year as Breath of the
big
Wild.
year.
Yeah, Sonic has been quiet, and
Yeah.
yeah.
We still need to see more gameplay of Sonic. What is it called?
Frontiers.
Yeah, Sonic Frontiers.
Sonic of the Wild.
It could be good. Like
I have no faith
I
at
don't
all that
I don't
I'm
have
going to think this game is
faith,
fun.
but it might be fun to run around the world as Sonic.
I think that they're definitely going to attempt a Breath of the Wild thingy where in the marketing they're like, this is what classic Sonic should have been like in 3D all along. This is harkening back to the origins of Sonic because it's about momentum and exploring different paths, but I think it's going to be a very, very large map with a lot of repetition.
Yeah.
I'm not very fond of open world games, and Sonic has such a rocky history that, yeah, I don't know. It just seems like a combination that won't pair well together.
Yeah, to make an open world fun, you really need to like the core gameplay has to be either super fun or the things that you do in the world have to be really interesting.
Mm-hmm. From those old 4chan leaks,
Oof.
everyone said, like all these different posts were in agreement that there's, in the demo at least, there were like warps around the map, and you would go in there and then play through like a Generations Unleashed-esque boost Sonic level, and then go splorted back out into the main overworld.
And I think those people also said that those were the best parts of the game.
Yeah, and I don't hate Boost Sonic. I really love Generations, but I hate how much they've used it.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of done with Boost Sonic, but I did
go
have fun
forward
with,
to win.
Yeah. It's kind of simple. I'm the kind of weirdo that thinks like Sonic Adventure is still like the best 3D Sonic, but I know I'm like a living in the past.
Yeah, I think Adventure 2 is the best 3D Sonic.
Man. I hate Adventure 2.
I hate Adventure 1. You know, Adventure 1 has 8 levels, and you have to play through them many times. You have to watch the same cutscenes many, many times. But Sonic Adventure 2 has like
But Adventure 2 you have to do those Knuckles levels that are so horrible.
But they're good.
They're not good. Those I might give Sonic Adventure 2 like another try someday. But I just really didn't like those Knuckles levels. I love the first level.
Knuckles and Rouge are very, very fast in Adventure 2, so I think the exploring is fine. Yeah. People like to joke about how you can only search for one gem at a time, and I think that's a pretty big fatal flaw. But, I mean, I think the levels are fun. I think they're well designed and accommodate for zipping around. Like, it's what open world Sonic should be. Searching for things with a radar like that.
Isn't there also no hub world, though, in Adventure 2?
No.
Like
which is a good thing. I hate the hub world.
Hub world's fun. I love hub worlds. I'm a hub world boy.
In Adventure, two of them are very small, and
they're a little confusing.
One of them is very bad.
I had good memories of that. I'll give Adventure 2 a try again, maybe someday. Raccoon.
I think Barry. Adventure 1 is great, but I think it has a lot of repetition and faults. Anyway, yeah.
Big the Cat is amazing. Barry, what is your favorite Sonic title?
Ooh. I think it's probably Mania.
It's gotta be Mania.
Mania is the only one I've finished.
Not even Generations?
I've never played Generations at all.
Whoa, why not? It's a fun game.
I never could. Was it on Wii? No, it was never on. It was on the 3DS. I should have had it on.
Oh no, it's a different game.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I never.
It's not on the Switch yet.
No.
No,
it's on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Windows and 3DS. Wow, that is so weird.
Yeah, Generations is a masterpiece that deserves to be.
Yeah, I will say if you can
platforms.
get it to work on Wine or something.
I do have a computer. I could play it on my computer.
Yeah, it goes down to
I'll
$1
give you my Steam
a
account.
lot of the time.
Yeah, I should get it.
Yeah, it's actually really fun. I would say my top 2 Sonics are Mania and Generations.
Yeah.
Mania was just so much fun. Just joyous. It made me feel like I liked 2D Sonic more than I like. It was oh my god, 2D retro Sonic is so cool. And then I went back to the old ones and I'm like, I prefer Mania now.
I was gonna say that playing through Sonic Mania is what made me understand the fundamentals of 2D Sonic.
Yeah.
2D Sonic kind of has principles that you need to understand and abide by to enjoy it.
Mania understands those fundamentals better than actual classic Sonic does.
Yeah.
Three Knuckles is still my favorite over Mania.
That's
though,
a good one.
Just because it's such a it feels like an adventure. You go from zone to zone with transitional cutscenes that aren't just warping between dimensions.
Yeah.
Like Mania.
I came up out of the sewer.
I like that. I like the transitions
And
a
it's
lot.
you're in a jungle and you're in ruins and you're in Eggman's fleet and it just follows a cool plot without saying a word at all. The music is unbelievably fantastic too. Thank you, Michael Jackson.
Thank you, Brad Buxer, who now flies airplanes. Yeah, I hope we get the Hee Hee Man soundtrack.
Woo!
Is Generations 3DS good? Oh no, reception to the 3DS game was mixed.
Ooh.
Yikes.
I would say it's good if you have a lot of nostalgia for Sonic. Mushroom Hill is in it.
Ooh, I like
And
Mushroom
Emerald Coast is in it.
Hill. Okay, I like that level too.
It's 2 zones short of Generations console. But yeah, it has all unique ones except for Green Hill, and it's cool. It plays just like the Rush games, but a lot of people's gripe with it is how it's just kind of simple and dinky. But also halfway through the game, classic Sonic unlocks the homing attack. So
cool.
it essentially just turns into only modern Sonic and no real classic Sonic gameplay in it at all. You're just boosting all the time and homing attack and stringing and but yeah, it's a fun little game with fun little Sonic references. It has a neat mission mode and it's similar to the Generations console mission mode, but in 2D.
The missions are cool.
I would recommend trying it before 3DS dies.
Oh my gosh. Could do a whole episode about that.
We were supposed to. It got canceled a few times.
A few times.
Or it's on the docket. We did the Wii U one.
Oh, okay.
But we still need to get the 3DS one, I think.
I still need to get
3DS
a
also
3DS.
has
You need to get a 3DS.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Oh, well, get a new 3DS for sure.
Ooh.
Do not get an old 3DS. They're bad and horrible devices. Maybe the worst handheld Nintendo's ever made.
I was gonna get a 2DS.
We're
We're getting distracted from Sonic, though.
get a new 2DS if you do get one.
get a new 2DS with this Sonic theme.
Yes.
2 other
3DS
Sonic
has
games.
a number of good Sonic eShop titles on it. They did a 3D version of Sonic 2, which is actually quite a good port of it. But pales in comparison to this one coming up.
I want to shout out 2 Sonic games that I really like. I like Sonic Pocket Adventure. It's for the Neo Geo Pocket Color. I think that's a fun little Sonic game that I think it feels like a precursor to Advance 1, which I am also a big fan of. I think those are both really solid Sonic games, and if you're a Sonic fan, you owe yourself to grab those 2 titles.
Pocket Adventure was developed completely out of Sonic Team's control, and it does classic Sonic much better than even the advanced games do. I feel.
Oh wow!
Or 2D Sonic. It's very interesting.
It's created by
It's very
SNK.
great looking for
Oh yeah, it looks really good. It looks like I mean, like Neo Geo Pocket Color in general looks. How do I think? Does it look better than? It looks very similar to Game Boy Color, but it's a nice looking game.
On the Reddit Place April Fool's fiasco, I was trying to coerce a Raccoon into helping me draw pixel art of that Sonic spray, Sonic Pocket Adventure. It's just such a good one.
It is.
Yeah. We did not succeed.
Did that come to 3DS? No, it doesn't seem
Nope.
like it.
I don't think it did.
Several,
there are quite a number of Sonic games that are in the vault.
Yeah, several of the SNK staff members who developed Sonic Pocket Adventure went on to form DIMPS.
Oh yes.
And they made Sonic Advance, so that's why they're both really good games. So there's your Sonic.
What is your favorite Sonic Advance game?
1. I don't like the other 2.
Yes. Good answer. I mean, I like the other 2. 2 is the one I had first, and it's the one I'm most nostalgic for, but it's the worst one of the 3.
Yeah, one is the only one I had. So when I tried the other ones later, it was like through like preservation methods, and I just couldn't like. I was just like, I don't know. They didn't pop to me.
3 is super unique with all the tag mechanics, and it's got a kind of involved story to it. Great music in 3. 3 soundtrack is beautiful. They really nailed the GBA's sound hardware by that time.
Sonic. Are there any
something
other...
about
Yeah. Oh, go on.
the story cutscenes and Origins look amazing, but I don't understand how they tie the games together. The ones they showed in the trailer were like Sonic fighting Knuckles, which happens during the events of Sonic 3. And it showed like Sonic running around in the second zone of Sonic CD with Amy there right before she gets captured, which happens during the events of Sonic CD. So I don't understand if those are just part of like some intro cutscenes separate from the story cutscenes, or if they're kind of just little recaps in between the games, which is what it would likely be to me. Like, I don't really see any story to tell in between like Sonic 2 and 3, which are really the only ones that matter, you know, story-wise. And it's just the Death Egg crashes and Sonic 3 happens, you know? They take place right after each other. The Death Egg crashes, Sonic and Tails follow and meet Knuckles. It seems like such a big selling point for the game, the interconnected story, and I don't buy it. I don't buy that they're creating new story for these games.
Yes, I actually have not seen the trailer yet for this game.
What?
Ooh, yeah, they have cutscenes by Powerhouse, and they're directed by Tyson Hess, the same guy that did like the Mania opener and
That's
the
awesome.
Sonic YouTube shorts. They're really, really beautiful looking. And
yeah, I'll have to give that a look. Cause,
it is nostalgia
really
inducing to like see Sonic fighting Knuckles and whatnot.
Yeah.
I still don't think they hold a candle to the Sonic CD opener. That one is beautiful. And I hope it's in HD in this pack, because in the actual Genesis version of CD, it is not. And I don't even think it's present in the Whitehead mobile version.
Yeah, I've only played the mobile versions of, I think, 1, maybe 2. And it was only for like a little bit. And it was on a touchscreen, so I didn't really do much in them. Features a classic mode and an anniversary mode.
Yeah, I was pretty down on Origins when I just saw tweets and info in the server about it. But when I finally watched the trailer, I was like, ooh, okay. I'll spend $45. I'm very easily swayed.
I'll probably wait for his
Sonic
sale,
is
but I do
very
want to
cool
play it
looking.
at some point.
Exactly.
That's the key
Sights and
selling
sound,
point.
visual, audio, stimulus.
He goes very
Sonic
fast.
is cool.
Yeah, he's very cool. he's epic, I would say.
Yeah.
Have either of you seen the Sonic 2 movie?
Ooh, not yet. We watched the Sonic 1 movie together recently.
Oh, was
did,
it good? I haven't seen it.
It's epic. Fuck all of you.
Wow.
Sonic movie.
No,
is
the Sonic 1
based.
movie is a very, very enjoyable
Yeah,
movie.
I should.
There are some
give
jokes
it a
that fall
watch.
flat, and the beginning kind of drags.
Yeah.
It starts off with a beautiful, you're probably wondering how I got into this situation, freeze frame, and then goes into like all the characters introducing and meeting each other, and that part drags. But Jim Carrey walks on the screen, and the movie becomes amazing.
Yes.
It's his best role ever.
Do you like the voice of Sonic?
You know, at first I did not, but after watching the Sonic 1 movie a couple times now, I do like it. I think it's fitting for him. I don't like the one they have now in the games in the slightest. I think he's very annoying.
Yeah.
When did they change the one from like Adventure?
Colors, right?
Well, there was the one in Adventure 1 and 2, and Heroes, but then they got a new one for Unleashed.
That's a shame.
I think was the swap. And
That
like
was-
06. No, on 06 was the new one. 06
wasn't 06,
and
it was
Secret
Colors.
Rings and shit.
Roger
And
didn't
then
start-
Colors was when they swapped to the newest one, the
Okay,
present day
yeah.
one. Which
This
is
is-
probably why they remade Colors instead of any of the older, better Sonic games. But yeah, this modern Sonic, I don't remember his name at all. Not
Roger
Craig
Craig
Smith.
Smith.
Is
Oh.
that the current one?
Yeah, that's the current one.
Okay, yeah, I don't like him. And like Team Sonic Racing, he says, "Oh, epic fail," and he's just so cringy. I feel trying way too hard to be cool, and Sonic is coolest when he's not trying hard to be cool. When he's
Yeah,
not,
when he's
like,
fucking
talking.
Jaleel White.
Exactly. Jaleel White is cool.
Yeah. No. No, fuck you.
I think the one for like Unleashed and whatnot is my favorite.
Would that be
Adventure
the
1 and
same-
2 just have terrible voice directing and
Yeah,
terrible
but it's-
translation.
It's funny though.
It is funny, of course.
was already
Froggy, where
Mike
are you,
Pollock, though.
Froggy?
Right? Mike
Every
Pollock was
single
already
word out of
Eggman.
Tails' mouth in Adventure 1 is just sad.
Aw.
Is Big the Cat still
He's a
voiced by
little
the same
baby
person?
child.
I wouldn't imagine so. Big the Cat was voiced by the same guy who did Duke Nukem.
Oh my, that's very good.
A little bit of video game trivia.
I have a question. Why didn't Christian Whitehead make the Sonic 3 port?
He did, didn't he? Isn't this Headcan?
No, the Sonic 3 port is It says that's by Simon Tomley,
What?
who worked on Mania.
I think that's the other part of Headcanon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are they just two people?
It was Christian Whitehead and the guy that made Sonic 2 HD came together and were the main duo behind Mania. But I'm not sure if that is the Sonic 2 headcanon guy.
Because it said Christian Whitehead was going to create a... He showed Sega his version of Sonic 3, like a proof of concept, and they said no way back when. I'm just
I
on
do
Wikipedia
remember
right
that.
now.
The shutdown of Christian Whitehead, yes. Yeah, this is a long time coming.
Yeah, but it's
not only
so
the port of
hopefully
Sonic 3, but
hopefully
the good
that
port of
remaster
Sonic 3.
will live up to the Whitehead ports. That'll be interesting to see, since that's the only one developed by somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that game's coming out on every platform imaginable. So if you play video games, you probably have a system that can run Sonic Origins.
Yeah, Headcanon put out a tweet saying that they are proud to announce they are working with Sega to recreate Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It could be headcanon without Christian Whitehead, but
Yeah.
I mean, if it's them, it's them, and it'll be
Mhm.
just as perfect as Mania
Yeah.
in the mobile versions.
Yeah, I believe it. Simon Tomley, I trust him. That's my Sonic 3.
That's interesting, though.
And Knuckles.
Yeah, quite excited for this collection. Quite excited to spend $45 for 5 games that I already own.
Well, when you put it like that, I mean, it sounds kind of.
Oh, here we go.
Hey.
Here we go. More Wikipedia.
I'm buying
reading.
it for the islands.
Yeah. Retro Engine creator Christian Whitehead updated the engine to allow the remakes to run in a compilation, period. Simon Tomley and his studio Headcanon, who worked on the Retro Engine remakes and Sonic Mania, developed the Origins remaster of Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, Whitehead's 3 port was just a proof of concept. So that makes sense that he made the tools and someone else developed it.
Yeah. But he did do some work on this collection, even if
Sure.
he didn't do
Yeah,
that
well,
part.
yeah. I have a question for you guys who are better at reading charts than I am.
Okay, yeah.
Can I buy the base Sonic Origins and buy all the other crap? Or will I miss stuff that way?
Yeah, you
The
buy
only crap that you would miss is the pre-order crap.
What is the pre-order crap?
that Start Dash pack is the pre-order stuff.
Mirror mode.
100 coins in mirror mode?
And the
I'm gonna
letterbox.
miss
Pre-order
mirror
for
mode?
mirror
And the letterbox
mode.
background.
But you get
I
different
can-
letterbox backgrounds if you just buy. There's a few letterbox
Yeah.
backgrounds.
But I can pre-order the standard edition.
Yeah, you could pre-order standard edition and then upgrade to the premium fun pack later and buy the classic music
and get
pack.
everything. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I like the blue and green better than the orange. So
I think if you're gonna buy this game at all, though, you should just give in to Sega's demands and get the deluxe version.
yeah, I would say so for sure. Because that's the point. Is
You
that it's
get
a nice
character
package.
animations during
Yeah.
Music Islands. You know.
If you want to just play fucking ROMs, you can play ROMs. It's about the
Hard Mission
The
seems
polish.
like the biggest amount of content that you won't get unless you own the premium fun pack or digital deluxe edition. But you can. Oh wait, well, no.
There
no.
are two options.
Mirror
You either-
mode you can unlock in the game. You could all the Start Dash pack stuff. You can unlock that in the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
huh.
So those are you can either get them right away, or because it says mirror mode unlocked, you can just unlock that later. The coins are something you earn, and I think the letterbox things you can also earn in game.
Huh.
Monkey Ball Banana Mania was similar to that, where it had some bonuses that were unlockable through normal gameplay, just available to pre-order
Yeah.
people.
Again, it's much more confusing
It's
than it
such
needs to be.
strange monetization tactics. Yeah.
But it's working because it's getting people to upgrade to the digital deluxe one.
$45 for ROMs. It worked.
Versus $40. I mean, yeah. You're already paying $40. It's not that big of an upcharge, but still $40. That's $10 a ROM.
This is the this could be the beginning of a new age of Sonic. You know, there were a long
Okay.
series of dark ages in the Sonic history. You know, they weren't even putting their Sonic ROMs out for purchase for a while. And they delisted stuff like Sonic 06 and whatnot. They have wiped their slate clean, and they had the success of the 2 movies. And other than Colors, this is the only Sonic thing that has happened since.
Well, the big
And,
test is going to be the 3D one.
Of course, but this is just, you know, them milking the IP as much as they
Yeah.
can.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
With the movies and putting everything else in the vault. You know, they've Disney vaulted the rest of the Sonic catalog. Where is Adventure 1 and 2?
I keep forgetting those didn't come to Switch. That's just so weird to me. I'm sure we'll get a duo pack. I wonder, do you think they'll ever remake Sonic 06 with fix that game?
There's a fan remake of it called Project 06, which completely overhauls the game and makes it like good. Everyone that has played Project 06 says that this is a really good game, a really good Sonic game, and it really shows that most of Sonic 06's flaws are just how little time it had in the oven.
Yeah.
And also the story where Sonic makes out with an anime princess.
Yeah, that too.
That's unfixable. But the actual gameplay itself has foundation, and the level design has some almost good foundation to it. But if Sega themselves were to do that, it would be such an investment for the most notoriously terrible game of all time.
Yeah.
And like Sega's so cool with the fan games, and this one already exists and is so well received that I don't think it would ever happen. I don't think Sonic 06 is ever coming back.
So you don't think they'll try? You think this mod is the closest we'll get?
Yeah, yeah. That game is. There's too much to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
He makes out with the anime princess.
Yeah,
that's all you can say.
Hey, some people are into
sick. Yeah. Xenoblade fans?
Oh no, throwing Xenoblade fans of the bus. Yeah, there's some other Nintendo news that happened. They moved Xenoblade's date up to July. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. Also, did you guys hear about the I think it was ESRB rating.
Mm-hmm.
In its rating, I guess parameters, it has exposed breasts and low cleavage.
Oh,
like specifically,
man.
Exposed breasts.
For what game?
For Xenoblade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was breaking news this evening, yeah.
And that comes out in July? Huh.
Speaking of that, and anime women making out with Sonic.
Yes.
Did you guys hear the rumors of the anime girl in Sonic Frontiers?
Oh, God.
You
told me about that a bit.
Sonic YouTube live stream thing, they were showing off some old concept art of human characters from Unleashed, just talking about, oh, the humans of Sonic's world. And next to them was this never before seen, very tall anime woman with pink hair. And there was something about, like, I don't know, I think they confirmed her having the same voice actor as Amy or there was some notion that it is intrinsically connected to Sonic Frontiers, and I don't recall what it was, but yeah, I don't know. It could just be old concept art, and that's what camp I'm in, but they might be doing that again. Sonic with an anime girlfriend.
I mean, this would be the game for it.
It would be the game for it.
He can be like silent and follow her around and fields.
It would be just like Zelda, the selling feature of Breath of the Wild.
And is that coming to Switch?
Yep, confirmed to have a likely unstable Switch port.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, Switch hardware is bad.
Mm-hmm. And Sonic games are
That's
bad.
a hot take, Barry. You sure you want to say that?
God.
All right.
Bad Sonic games are very exciting, though.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, all Sonic games are events, even the bad ones.
It's a roller coaster.
Especially
like
the bad ones.
Yeah, like, they're always something everybody talks about. Except,
Sonic
like,
Boom.
I don't think people talk about Forces very much. That kind of came and went, but the character creator had some funny
Well,
things.
Forces wasn't bad. Because it's just so boring.
Yeah, it's not fun bad.
It's just very, very straight path level design. Mm-hmm. Very, very bland, and
it looked like Generations without the nostalgia or fun.
Mm-hmm. You just go through Chemical Plant again, and Green Hill again, just like Generations and Mania and Sonic Origins.
Looking like Sand Hill now.
Do you think it's worth playing?
No, not at all. I don't think it's ever worth purchasing.
I once asked him if I should get it because it was like $5, and he said no.
It's about 2 or 3 hours long, and it's always very cheap, but it is just...
Well, I only asked because I have it on
like,
PlayStation Now or Plus or something.
Yeah, I would just not play it.
I can. That's easy. I will not play Sonic Forces. That is the easiest thing I'll do all day.
It's nothing like even the boost games. You just go forward. It's crazy.
No combat sections though.
There are some in the levels where you play as your OC,
Oh.
where you kind of just sprayed enemies, but there aren't any enemies in the game at all that even try to attack you. Eggman's robots just stand perfectly still in your path in this game. And there's like hundreds of them, like cannon fodder. It's very interesting. The music's bad. The Hoobastank music is not what I ever expected in Sonic. And it's got a lot of dubstep in it, too.
Wow.
It actually is the vocalist of Hoobastank in the Sonic Forces main theme. I'm not memeing.
All right. Any clothing thoughts on Sonic? We're approaching the hour mark.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about Sonic. I'm all expelled of Sonic thoughts.
Sonic
Sonic is
Spinball.
cool.
Yeah.
Sonic Spinball
Oh, yes.
is out on NSO.
Oh,
You were going to say that before it started.
It's on NSO. Yeah, it's out now.
Is there other new games added?
Yeah, Space Harrier 2 and I don't know, Fucko 2, some other.
Oh, Fucko too. I'm a big fan of that one.
Yeah, I love Fucko 2.
Space Harrier 2 and Sonic Spinball are both definitely worth playing.
I like Spinball.
Both kind of jank, but very fun. Sonic Spinball has such a vibe.
Yeah, some of the music is
very
like
grungy.
glaring and jarring, but like it's a fun title.
The options theme,
God.
the sound effect that plays when the dragon is about to chomp you in the first level.
I first played Sonic Spinball on the horrible Sega Smash Pack GBA, which is like the just miserable collection. I hate Echo the Dolphin. Sonic Spinball is not the best Sonic game, and I think Golden Axe is kind of boring. That collection is bad.
Golden Axe is terrible.
I don't think
we
Golden
had a ton of fun with Golden Axe on NSO.
It's fun in the same way like Sonic 06 is fun.
Wow.
It's more like it's fun in the way that like a lot of old games are fun.
No, I think there's a lot of old beat 'em ups that are really fun still. I think Streets of Rage is fun. I think
like Streets of Rage and
Turtles
Double
in Time is
Dragon
fun.
and River City Ransom are all so much more advanced.
Yeah, and I think Golden Axe is
than
just
Golden
kind
Axe.
of boring. And
I'm
like the
thinking
hits
more
don't
like-
feel great.
Like bad old
And it's
games
very
are
ugly.
still fun.
Yeah.
Remember when we
It
got
is
to the
not
final level
ugly.
and
It's not. It looks okay.
It has Milky. It can't be
ugly.
ugly.
you get to the final level and you ride in on a giant eagle that looks terrible,
It is ugly.
and then
It is ugly,
skeletons
to be
pop
clear.
out of the eagle's back. They just crawl out of his
Oh, that's kind of
feathers
cool.
like
You're
they
kinda
were there the
selling me.
whole time.
No, it is hideous. He is correct.
The best part of Golden Axe is the character selection. Like it's on like skeleton hands. 'Cause
Oh
skeletons are
yes.
cool. Yeah, Sega Smash Pack
Golden
GBA,
Axe is
very
cool.
bad. Yeah, Golden Axe is cool, but again, that collection sucks, and those games aren't that good, except Sonic Spitball. Barry,
Sonic.
final Sonic thoughts.
My first experience with Sonic was with one of those plug and play Genesis boxes with Sonic 1.
Those are
Also
fun.
had Golden Axe and Robotnik and Flicky and Kid Chameleon and
Probably like that motorcycle game that's in every
a
collection.
sixth one. No, it didn't have
Columns.
Sonic 1, Golden Axe, Mean Bean Machine, Kid Chameleon, and Flicky, and a sixth one, and I don't remember the sixth one. In any case, that was my
I
first
love
experience
I
with
love
Sonic.
Kid Chameleon. I think that's a
Yeah.
fun game.
I played more. I mean, I played Sonic before I played Mario.
I think Kid Chameleon is better than most Sonic games.
Do you really
Wow.
think that?
Yeah, I do think that.
But seriously.
Yeah, no, I like Kid Chameleon. I think it's a really fun game.
I mean, I like Kid Chameleon too, but
Are you a fan of Rystar?
Yeah, Ristar's great.
Rystar is very good. I don't think it holds a candle to Sonic 1, 2, 3 or CD, but
Yeah, Ristar
Ristar's
just doesn't control as well. Like,
oh, it's pretty fluid. You know, you can grapple
no,
and
like
swing.
he's
a
nice,
bit
but he's like
Spider-Man.
fast like Sonic.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
yeah,
slow.
Kid
It's
Chameleon
very,
has like
very
50
much like
levels.
Rayman.
Man, that game is big.
What? Does it really?
My
sisters and I never got that far.
I'm gonna Google it. I think there's like way more levels than you would ever think are in that game.
Yeah. Well, while you're doing that, after I played Sonic 1, my experience with Sonic was the Whitehead ports on iOS. That's why I played Sonic 2 and CD. And I think 1 again, actually. I didn't get very far in those either, but it did have stage select, of course, so I poked around because I was very bad at games. I mean, worse than I am now. So,
Can I?
yeah. I'm going to get Sonic Origins for nostalgia, not for classic Sonic so much as specifically Whitehead port Sonic, which is kind of crazy, but like, I mean, it works. I definitely want to play.
Barry, I'm gonna blow your mind right now.
What's that?
Kid Chameleon is 103 levels.
What the fuck? Why? Why does it have 103 levels?
Of which only about half are on the main path. 32 of these
What?
103 levels are smaller, unnamed levels called Elsewhere.
What?
And despite the game's considerable length, there is no password system or way to save the game.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Okay, I will say Kid Chameleon is better than Sonic 1 and CD. I would leave it at that.
CD is good.
I don't know.
CD is good. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
not as good as Kid Chameleon.
I don't know about
That's
that.
fair. That's probably fair.
What? You're joining
No,
my
Sonic
side.
CD has the best soundtrack, and
It has
you can go in the
two dope
past, in the
soundtracks.
future. It's so cool.
Yeah, but Kid Chameleon turns into a tank. So.
Oh.
Okay, but Sonic travels in time.
All right. I don't actually know how strongly I feel about this, but I do really like that video game. All right. We're getting off track. Let me do my outro. Outro time in 3, 2, 1. How do we do the outro? You've been listening to the Nintendo Pipeline podcast. I'm going to thank my two guests, Barry,
Hello.
also known as Raccoon.
That's me.
Thank you for joining us.
Sure.
And Bob Saget, thank you for joining, both on very short notice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks for
Him
having
on
me
shortest of all.
Yeah, the pipeline is going to get back on a regular schedule.
Total pipeline
soon.
collapse.
But there's been a pipeline collapse. Multiple members are sick.
Yeah, that's crazy.
One of them is rushing
James's
to an airplane
fever
right
was
now.
101.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm the last host standing for now.
I can't believe he was still posting. He had a 101-degree fever, and he was posting shit.
He was saying like, nah, it's not that bad.
Okay. All
To,
right.
to get James down, you got to be like 105 fever. You gotta...
I had to kill him.
Yeah, I thanked both the guests, and then I say, and
Are you gonna cut this up and like put it
no.
back together? Or
No,
is
this is
This is
it.
good.
This is raw. This is
Okay.
We do it
it's-
live.
This is raw and live. I could have
We'll do
used
it
another cup of
live.
coffee today.
Oh, me too.
Wow. I am usually much better at this outro. We're leaving this in though. Nintendo Pipeline.wordpress.com. That site has a link to the Discord. We have a Sonic channel on
We
the
do have a
Discord.
Sonic channel.
It's more active than I could imagine. So yeah, if you want to talk to other Sonic and Nintendo fans, come over to Nintendo Pipeline. You can check us out on
one
YouTube.
more thing.
Oh yeah, go on. Then I'll continue my
Play
shilling.
Sonic Robo Blast 2.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, and the racing game is so much fun.
We're
Sonic
big
Robo
fans.
Blast 2 Kart.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
play more of that card game.
Good shit.
Yeah, both great fan. There's a lot of great fan games for Sonic.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
That could
Play
be
the
like
fan games. Don't spend money on
that could be like a whole episode. Maybe we'll do that at some point. But for now,
Oh
go
my
to
gosh,
Nintendo Pipeline.
we could do a Sonic Roboblast episode.
Let me keep shilling. Let me
Okay,
keep shilling this
sorry.
podcast.
Jeez.
I know we're excited about Sonic, but I got to shill the Nintendo Pipeline podcast, which you can listen to on Apple Music,
My gosh.
Google Music, or Google Play, Stitcher, and YouTube.
Stitcher?
Check us out
What is
everywhere.
Stitcher?
Stitcher's a pretty popular podcast
Oh,
app.
okay.
Yeah, it's pretty popular. Getting the know. It's probably more popular in Android.
Oh,
And
okay.
so yeah, that's been the Nintendo Pipeline podcast. Thank you so much for listening, Nintendo Nation. Thank you for putting up with our delayed schedule. I don't know when this episode will be coming up, so I'm not gonna say like what episode's coming before or after it. But good stuff is ahead, and have a great night, everyone.
Yeah.